Yes, fall is a very important time to get things done in the lawn, just not these things. We're talking Bermuda grass here. That's important. You gotta know that first. If you want to see everything you should be doing this fall in your Bermuda lawn, I'll leave a video link below that will give you all that information. But in this video, we're going to talk about the things you shouldn't be worried about. Killing weeds, in particular crabgrass, aeration, and sand leveling. Let's talk about why. If you think about all these lawn chores, they share one major thing in common, and that is they are going to significantly stress out your lawn. And for a warm season turf, whether you like it or not, the end of the lawn season is near. And if you do any of these major tasks, you are not going to have enough time for your lawn to fully recover and be in good shape for the coming winter months. And that is just because of the things happening around us. Let's explore some of the things happening in nature that will prevent a full recovery. September 1st is regarded as the meteorological start to fall. Now, the third week of September is when the actual fall season begins. So what does that mean? That is the autumnal equinox. You have equal amounts of daylight and equal amounts of nighttime. Whereas when you hit the summer solstice back the third week of June, that is your longest point of daylight in the year. The closer we get to fall and then into the winter, each day keeps getting shorter and shorter. Here's what I mean. It's a bit before 8 o'clock in the evening and the sun is just about to dip below the horizon, where earlier this summer, closer to the summer solstice, it would still be full-blown sun out right now and wouldn't get dark till around 9:30. Same story in the morning. It's just after 6 a.m. Barely enough light to shoot this video, where early in the summer it would already be full sunshine at this time. So to sum that up, your Bermuda grass lawn vigorously grows and thrives with lots of sunshine during those long summer days. And as those days get shorter, well, the growth slows down and it doesn't have enough time to recover. I don't know about where you are, but I've been waking up to some nice cool mornings in the low 60s. Now, I'm not saying that 60 still isn't very warm and nice for Bermuda grass to grow, but guess what? It is not those upper 70 overnight lows that we saw this past summer. So you're going to start noticing a tick down in your temperatures. Yeah, the days are still warm and the nights are kind of cool, but that's going to change here real soon. So those cooler temperatures are going to have a big impact on how fast your Bermuda grass is growing. So think about when your first frost or freeze is. For my area, that is sometime in mid-October. You may be saying, well, that's still about a month and a half away. But I'm telling you, you put your lawn through the gauntlet of weed killing, aeration, and sand leveling, and that is just not enough time to recover when you consider that each day is getting shorter and those cooler temperatures are rapidly approaching. You got to think about all these things as a whole, because you put them all together and it's not that good for Bermuda grass. Before we get to the next topic, we got to take care of one of those must-do things that you have to do to your lawn in the fall. I've been telling you, we got to get our last round of fertilizer in. Now's the time to do it. And I also told you, I'm not putting much down. It's whatever I've got left in the garage. Most important thing to start, make sure your hopper is shut. When you're not putting much down, the last thing you want to do is have it all over your driveway. I'm just using the old Expert Gardener 1010 from Walmart. Pour it in my hopper. We'll spread it on the lawn as evenly as we can, a little at a time in multiple passes, different directions. Not going to have my hopper wide open. I'm going to start with a pretty low number and raise it up accordingly. Look, just get the stuff out of the bag into the hopper and on the lawn, you're good to go. We've got pretty decent rain chances in the forecast over the next, 48 hours or so. That's why I've waited to put it down now, because you know me, I'm always looking to get the free stuff before I got to throw the sprinklers out. Let's go get our spread on. I did a video last week about how you can tell if your lawn needs fertilizer or not. I'll leave that link down below so you can go check it out, but this one definitely needs it. We're not going to worry about fertilizing the side yards in the back. We're just worried about the area above and below the retaining wall. So since I don't have a lot of fertilizer, that's where I'm going to focus on putting it. All right, here we go. All right, we're just about to the bottom of the barrel. Getting this nice and evenly spread, avoiding the dog crap in the process. When you get to the bottom, you kind of got to give it a little shaky shake. Sometimes a lot will come out one spot. That's all right. Look, I'm not over applying right here, so I'm not really worried about a whole lot. I just want it to have a little extra food going in to the off season. All right, when I'm done with this, I'll make sure I blow all the fertilizer off the patio, the other concrete surfaces, and then we'll get into the next topic at hand. Now I want to talk about those weeds that are just driving you nuts. And what I'm about to say might make you laugh, but believe it or not, that crabgrass and some of those weeds in your lawn right now are actually going to help you heading into the fall and winter. Let me show you what I'm talking about. If you've been following along this season, then you know this is a first year new construction lawn, and it has come a long way, but still has a long way to go. And one thing I've been dealing with, like many of you, is crabgrass. It's kind of hard to see, but there's a lot of it in there. Raising my height a cut and mowing frequently to push the Bermuda growth has really helped to hide the crabgrass to a certain extent. But why am I not rushing out to kill it all off or pull it before the end of the season? For a few reasons. First, at this point in the year, that crabgrass is very mature and it will be very challenging to kill it with an herbicide. Not to mention that herbicide is also going to stress out our Bermuda, which isn't necessary this late in the season. Now, a second reason is as soon as that first frost or freeze hits, guess what? That Bermuda is going to start going dormant, and that crabgrass is going to die. So you should be focused on timing out your pre-emergent next spring to keep that crabgrass from even coming back. And finally, if I go to kill it all off or pull it all out, then I am left with big gaping holes in the lawn like this one, where I tore out a chunk of crabgrass to show you what I'm talking about. Now I've opened up that soil for other weed seeds to find a home, potentially cool season weeds. Give me a whole host of other issues to worry about during the off season. Is that going to fill back in before the end of the growing season? Perhaps, but it sure won't be as thick as this crabgrass and Bermuda grass mix is at this point. So I am okay leaving this for the rest of the season because it will provide a blanket over the lawn to keep other weeds from germinating. And then when the winter weather hits, guess what? It's also insulating the lawn from any damage that might occur from ice and snow. So I'm okay with the crabgrass and other weeds in the yard. What I'm going to focus on for the rest of the season, continue my twice a week mowing to keep pushing the Bermuda grass, keep that crabgrass from going to seed and supplying extra seeds to the lawn, and eventually the Bermuda wins and the crabgrass won't. I realize that a lot of what we've discussed in this video doesn't make sense if you look around at other channels, but you have to remember there's a different playbook for cool season and warm season lawns. Cool season lawns, a lot of this stuff we're talking about, taking care of some weeds, aeration, sand leveling, overseeding, all that stuff is very applicable to the fall season because that is when their grass thrives. It's just different for warm season turfs. Now, a lot of people struggled with the hot, brutally hot and dry conditions this past summer. So if you're in that group, you should really be focused on some of that drought recovery. Just get back to the watering and the mowing, a little bit of fertilizer, and get your lawn in a good enough shape to survive the winter and start tackling things again next spring. Because springtime and summer is when us warm season lawns really get into the meat of our lawn care. That's going to do it for this video. I hope you found all of this information helpful. I appreciate you being here. If you liked it, give me a thumbs up, drop me a comment down below. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. I am truly grateful for each and everyone's support, and I hope to see you in the next one.